Recorded this computer, recording in progress. All righty. All right, my friends. So let me just say hello to everyone. This is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor, and we are recording this session. So I always like to disclose that. Please make sure that your system is on mute so that way we don't pick up your phone calls and your conversations because we will listen in. Yeah, probably shouldn't be doing that. So just make sure that you're on mute. So in today's session of marketing mastery, we are going to continue to work on mastering your marketing. The marketing department of your real estate business is do or die, make it or break it, can't live with it without it. Absolutely want to make sure that you have your marketing department up and working. And I always like to ask, so do you think that you're in sales or marketing? And usually when I do a show of hands, some of the hands go up on the sales, some go up on the marketing. Then I always giggle and say, okay, you got to raise your hand, one or the other. Who's afraid to answer my questions because they know I ask trick questions? There you go. So if you think you're in sales, give me a thumbs up. If you think your job is marketing, give me the two thumbs up. Okay, very good. I'm looking, I'm watching. You are correct. Marketing is the backbone of your real estate business. Fortunately, you know me because that is a big part of my background before coming into real estate was, yes, sales and marketing. Again, I'm gonna give credit where credit was due. I wasn't born like this. I have been blessed over the years to be able to be coached with and by some of the most brilliant marketing minds that are out there and giving the unique approach to allow you to stand out from the crowd, not be the same. And so if I remember exactly who I learned a particular skill set from, I'm going to give them a shout out and give credit where credit is due. And I hope that down the road, you will be able to look over your shoulder and say, Lynn taught me this, and have it be one of the game changers in your business as well. So the marketing department of your business, as we talked last week in the session, was there are 24 marketing options that are available to you as a real estate agent. Now, you ain't doing all 24 of them, but here I'm going to give you what the common mistake is as well. A lot of agents say, well, oh, I tried that once or twice and it didn't work. Really? That's not how it works. So I want to make sure that you understand some of the key fundamentals to marketing as well. It is not a one and done. It is not throw the jello on the wall and see if something sticks. It is not, well, I invited 20 and no one showed up. It's a numbers game as well to a certain degree. So the key component in marketing is identifying the specific target, making sure you are getting the correct message for not two, for that target. And 3, do it consistently and repeated until, wait for it, the day comes that their home no longer meets their needs. Then you are hopefully top of mind and they think of you when they need some real estate guidance and advice. All right. We do not, that's marketing. We do not do sales in that we go to an office or out to a parking lot and walk in or find a body, hopefully breathing, and try to convince them that they need to buy or sell. That is sales. That's not what we do. We facilitate the transaction of them buying or selling a property. And why are they doing that? Because the home that they are in currently no longer meets their needs. I don't care what the world is doing. I don't care what the economy is doing. I don't care what interest rates are doing. I mean, I do, but you know what I mean. People will buy or sell when their current living condition no longer meets their needs. That being said, that's when you need to be able to be there ready to catch them. But the only way that that is done is when you are consistently dropping the reminder that you are there. I like to use the analogy of McDonald's. Who's ever heard of McDonald's? Who's ever heard a commercial from McDonald's? Who knows their ice cream machine is always broken? All right, just that's an old joke. But yes, I know. Um, McDonald's has been around forever, but they still advertise. Why? Because they know that at some point during the day, you are going to be tired, hungry, thirsty, or just want to get off the frickin' freeway because you've been sitting on it in bumper to bumper traffic for 2 or 3 hours. Y'all know what I mean. And so you will hear the commercial and think, oh, yeah, I can get off. I can use the restroom. I can, stretch my legs. I can go get me something to drink or something to snack on to keep me awake or whatever it is that needs to be done. And you know exactly what you're going to get when you go to that McDonald's. Now, that being said, when you take that exit off the freeway, are there other options for you as well right there? Yes, there is. But because McDonald's has continually been marketing their message to you, they are often top of mind. You know exactly what you're going to get, and off you go. Now, that could be said for hundreds of different companies and product lines. You know that when you pull off to McDonald's, more than likely, their restrooms are going to be clean. A year or so ago, one of the agents that was on the call with me, we were using this as a reference. He kind of chuckled and he said, actually, he used to work for McDonald's and was one of the managers. And he said, one of the first things that we get taught is to always, always, always keep the restrooms clean. They're to be checked every hour. And if a tour bus or group comes in, once they're out, they check and clean them and restock them. Because in the beginning, in the early days, McDonald's advertised clean restrooms. Now, think about it for a minute. We're talking 40, 50 years ago. I know it's before some of your time. If you were on a road trip, you had McDonald's as an option that advertised clean restrooms, or you had that gas station. Now, if you've ever been on a back road and there was a gas station with a restroom there, you almost need to stop just to say you did and you survived. Okay. McDonald's promoted clean, large bathrooms. And then people knew what they were going to get for food when they got there. I thought about it for a minute and went, yeah, he's right. But that was what they were branded for. And they still advertise today. But also now they've got some competition because out here in Virginia and along this coast, we have Sheetz, we have Wawa, we have gas station chicken, which is like nothing you've ever seen before. Yeah, if you've never had gas station chicken, you don't know what you're missing. There's Royal Farms out here. There's several places that now are stopping points. So yes, McDonald's has a little bit of competition. But the point being is when we say McDonald's, you know exactly, or you hear that commercial, it is exactly. So when your need arises, they want to be top of mind for you to go and stop into their property. That is marketing 101. I don't care what product it is. I don't care what service it is. That is marketing 101. You are in marketing. Okay, get that Get that to marinate for a minute. If I teach you nothing else, I want to make sure that all of our agents have a grasp better than they did before on how to market themselves, how to share and show the value, how that is done. And when it comes to the marketing department of your business, to help you look at what the 24 options are. Oh, yeah, Jumpstart session 4, in case you've missed it, work your way through. In Jumpstart 4, we talk about the 24 marketing options. I use the reference and the connection to it is, think about the tires, or think about your car. There's probably 4 tires on your car. The chair that you are sitting in probably has about 4 legs on there as well. So why is 4 a common connector? It provides balance and stability. The marketing department of your business should never be 1. Because if something changes or it's not big enough to support, you got nothing else. You do not put all your eggs in one basket. So we use the logic of, just like the chair and just like the car, we ask our agents from those 24 to pick. Obviously, number 1 is the database, and that's what we're going to talk about heavy today. But what are the other 2, 3 marketing pillars, tires, legs, whatever you want to call it, to support your business, excite you? Not me, not somebody else, not your mentor, not your broker, you. When you look at all 24 of those, what can you go, ooh, I love that idea? That's the one that you want to work on as well. What we ask you to do for all of these marketing pillars is to at least be willing to commit to 1 full year of marketing and building out that component, so that you've got the momentum. You know that you're saying the right thing to the right target. The momentum is there, the consistency is there, until such time the day comes that you are top of mind when they need your service. Okay, so that's kind of the background and the backstory on marketing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so let's take a deeper dive into the number 1 pillar post tire on your marketing department is your database, your SOI, whatever you want to call it. It is the people that you know, but here's the common mistake. Agents will often, be going through their phone book, and they go, oh, well, they've got their dream home, they're never selling. Wrong. Rule number 1, do not prejudge. Rule number 2, birds of a feather flock together. So if you like them and they like you, and you think, oh, well, they have their dream home, they're never going to sell, trust me, the minute something happens in their life or in their world, they will sell that home in a heartbeat. Let's say Chris, I'm going to pick on him because I can. Let's say Chris is in California and he finds out that he's got a job offer to come out here to Virginia, paying him $2 million a year, and he just won the lottery, and he wants to come. I'll tell you what, he ain't sticking around. Oh, and by the way, he's got to start a week from Monday, the new job that's paying him $2 million a year. He is out of there. He is gone. He's going to call the agent, say, I'm leaving you the key under the doormat. Just go make it happen. All right. So just because he's got a beautiful home there and you think he's set to stay, don't prejudge, because the minute something happens, man, they're out of there and they are gone. Life can change for them on a moment's notice. And I'll tell you, when we decided to sell and move out of California, I had some people who had their head spinning. I had the family home that had been the family for 50 years. So we were the family that skewed the numbers about how often people sold their house. Yeah, no, my mom bought it when it was under construction when I was little. I remember walking through the walls because all the framework was there, but then I would fit through the middle. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I didn't have to go to the doorway. I could just cut through the walls. And but we were the ones that skewed those numbers, which was kind of funny. But I had the home that had been in the family for all those years. So it was interesting, and say there were a lot of heads that spun and a lot of jaws that dropped when I said, oh, by the way, we're moving and we're moving out of state. But I'll tell you what, that best thing ever. So your SOI, your database, is your number one pillar you're going to work on. Here's part of your homework. First off, know that Jumpstart Session 3 is where all of this in detail is coming out of as well. I am going to give credit where credit is due. In fact, we were just listening to him, Brian Buffini. Brian teaches to categorize your database with A, B, C, and D contacts. Let's break it down. So you're just going to look at the people that you know. I don't care how many it is. I don't care how big or how small. Here's the questions. Are they your database or are they a mailing list? Here's the difference. If you look at a name and you go, oh yeah, I know who that is, blah, 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 you can tell me something about them, that is part of your database. If you look at a name and go, I have no idea where I met them. I have no clue how long they've been in my database. I don't even remember when I crossed paths with them. That is your mailing list. So there's a difference. I love it when agents say, oh, I have 1,200. Okay, but how many of them know you? Oh, probably 40 or 50. Okay. Huge difference. So you're taking a look at this big pot of your database. You will start by identifying those that are what I say are your A or your A plus, if you want to take it to that extreme, who are your A contacts within the database. The A contacts are past clients that, if you do a good job, will probably be a client again, or they have referred someone to you. Now to pick on Chris again. Chris has a great group of friends. He and I, connect. I do all the right things as an agent to help him protect and maintain the value of his greatest asset, which is his home, Jumpstart Session 1. And he's not wanting to sell yet, doesn't need to sell yet, but he thinks I'm the cat's meow and refers everyone that he knows over to me. Chris, although has not been a past client, he still is an A contact, and I take real good care of my referral sources. So your A contacts are previous clients and those who have referred you. Okay. Second category, again, this is Brian Buffini, AB. AB is someone that you know them, they know you. You're pretty sure if the day ever comes, they'll use you because you're doing a good job at nurturing that relationship. Those are your B's. Your C's are the ones when you go down that list and you go, I know them. They know me. I've kind of dropped the ball. I've not, kept my newsletters or my other touch points going out. They know a bunch of other agents. So there's a good probability they would use me, but I don't know for sure. Those are your C's. And when you look at your list and you go, I don't have a clue who that person is, they are a D. You may have met them at an open house 4 years ago. You don't know if they're still on the planet. You don't know if they've moved to Mars. But you got their name and some part of their contact information. Yeah, no, you couldn't tell me who they were if your life depended on it. Those are your D's. Now, let's say even within the D's, you know that you met them at an open house, but it's been a while and you kind of dropped the ball and you're going, but how do I reconnect with them? We're going to talk about that next. But also within your database, covered in Jumpstart session 3, we show you then how to add the other categories. So you have your SOI as one. Your second category in your database is your transaction partners. Who are the vendors that you need to know that are going to get you through a transaction? That would be lender, because more than likely you're not doing the loan for your clients in rare occasions. Second category, it falls into that one, is your title. Who is your preferred title company? Now, if you're with Samson, we hope it's Cardinal. But you probably have, wherever you're at, and if you've been in the industry for a while and you've come over to Samson, you probably have another company that you've dealt with at times. Cardinal, I'm going to throw the plug, should be your first choice, but your second choice, you have 2 or 3 options. The other component in your transaction partners are home inspectors. Do you know who to turn to if you need a home inspection done? If you are new or don't have it, that is part of your homework right now. You go to, in fact, ironically, I was just finishing off my CE credits, and lo and behold, last night, one of the things they were talking about is how to build out your database of the transaction partners and service providers. How do you do it? Because you never want to give just one name. That's going to get you in hot water eventually. Best business practice is always to have 2 or 3 preferred vendors available. And what I used to tell my clients when we were talking about my preferred vendors is, just for the record, I don't know if I need to tell you this or not, but I'm going to. They don't pay me. I don't pay them. There's no skin in the game. However, they take care of my clients the way I want them taken care of. And if they don't, I kick them to the curb. So you want to have 2, 3, or 4 quality lenders that you know you've got them on speed dial and in your phone. If you don't, you need to work on that. Title, that's a given. Home inspectors. Go to your office and see who are the ones that are, have their business cards in the office, and then ask other agents who are their preferred home inspectors. Have you used this company? Have you used this company? That is how you do it. And this was actually covered in my CE credits for continued education. You should have 2 to 4. Ask at the office who's good out there. Introduce yourself to them. Let them know that you just want to become acquainted, because sooner than later, you're going to need their service. And you just want to make sure that there's an introduction and they are on your list. Okay. When you go to office events as well, pay attention to who is providing you the lunches or the breakfast. More than likely, it's being provided by one of the service providers or one of the vendors. Most of the time, the company has already screened them. And if they're not top notch, they're kicked out the door. So pay attention to those that are investing in you by providing you lunch or breakfast at an event. Talk to them, get to know them. Just, make that introduction. Okay, so that's the second component. Your SOI is one, transaction partners is another. Because again, you are not doing the loan by yourself. You're not doing the home inspection by yourself. You are not doing the title or escrow, depending on which footprint you're in, by yourself. You need to have those preferred vendors at the ready. If not, that is your number one assignment. Third category in your database is service providers. You deal with people who have homes. Those homes need to be serviced on occasion. Just like you know who the mechanic is that takes care of your car, who are the service providers that take care of the homes, who are painters in your area, who are electricians and plumbers and roofers and chimney inspectors and all that kind of stuff. Who are those and how do you make sure you've got them in your database? You ask a client, wait a minute, in Jumpstart session 3, I share a conversation question that you can ask to your SOI. Hey, Michelle, I just wanted to let you know I'm working on a project and I need your help. I know that you just recently done some renovation stuff at the house. Who did you use and what did they do? Then they're going to tell you, oh, I had the painting done. Great. What was the name of the painter? Then you're going to ask, here's the key questions. Would you use them again? And did they do a good job? And if she tells me no, I ain't calling them. But if she says yes, they did a great job, I loved them, and absolutely I'd recommend them, and absolutely I'd use them again, that's who I want to get to know. This should be part of a few minutes every week that you are building out your database, because in those service providers, I teach you and show you how to build a reciprocal referral relationship with them. They know people that have homes. I know people that may want to, or I know people with home. They know people with home. Eventually, someone they know may need to sell or buy. I want to be a reciprocal referral relationship with them. That is the powerhouse behind your service providers. Fourth category in your database is other agents, and specifically, if you're with Samson, the other Samson agents. I'm not going to take the time right now to go into a deep dive on that one, but OMG, that is a valuable part of your database as well. So Jumpstart session 3, I talk about that in detail and how to build that component out for you as well. If you remember in your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the number 1 is adding one new person to your database. If it is adding a powerful transaction partner, a powerful other agent, yes, we always want to, first choice is to add a potential consumer, but if it's updating with a transaction partner, service provider, or other agent, I am actually okay with that as well, because you're doing one a week or one a day, actually, one a day. All right. All right. So let's look at how, so you're looking at your database. You've got the printout or digital or whatever, however you've done it. You've got them categorized now in A, a B, a C, or a D. And again, I don't care what platform you use. You can actually do this within your Outlook or Gmail contacts where your email is at. You can do it in there because you can add flags and tags to them as well. So don't think well, I don't have my, Bold Trails or my Lofty or my top producer or my all clients or my whatever account, up and going. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You can do it within whatever platform you're using. They can later be added and uploaded up. All right. So don't let that stop you. You're going to take a look at who are your A's. Those are the ones that you want to, and here's my recommendation, and I will have it ready, fingers crossed, by the 1st of next week. It is on my calendar to work on while I'm snowed in, to work on it. I've got it almost done. I'm pleased with how it's coming out. If you joined me last week on kicking off the new year, and the client annual equity review. And we talked about how to add, the additional components in there. That is what I'm working on and will have available to everyone to download. Then all I've got to do is customize it. Okay. Brilliant. So that is, you would take that and you would go to all your A's and say, hey, I just need 10 or 15 minutes. It can be done in person because face-to-face is always better. 10 minutes is all you need to do it. Hey, I just want to swing by. I need 10 minutes. I've got a packet for you. I want to give you a couple, annual updates and things that most homeowners forget about. All right. You can get in and out unless you're talkative and they're talkative, but 10 to 15 minutes is all you're asking for. You're in, you're out. The annual equity review. It is, oh wait, where's my little notepad that I was scribbling everything down on, making sure I wasn't missing anything from it. It is some estimation of home value. There is some talking points for reviewing their loan data. There is talking points of how and why they need to check who's on title and making sure there's no liens. There's bullet points on the value of having a home inspection done every 5 years. Whether they do it or not is their call. But again, this is where you need those recommendations because you will add them onto that page. Pros and cons, benefits of having a home warranty. Because one thing I will guarantee you, appliances are going to break down. It's going to happen. They're not designed to last 30 and 40 years like they used to 100 years ago. Who's old enough to remember the old Maytag commercials? The most lonely person on the planet was the Maytag washer repairman. Okay. Appliances are not designed to last that long anymore. About 10 to 15 years is about the life expectancy. So one of the things that are going to be in there is benefits of a home warranty. And oh, wait, the life expectancy of the average appliance is in there as well. Obviously, home maintenance tips that will elongate the appliance's lifeline. So it could be 12 to 15 years versus 8 to 10 if it's not maintained. Okay, same reason you change the oil and maintain your car. Keep it running longer. All right. So those are topics that will be included in that annual review. So you start with your A's and you knock them out. Hey, I just need 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to swing by. I got a little packet for you. Just a couple of reminders. My mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset. Jumpstart session 1, by the way. And I just want to swing by and drop this off. Take 5 minutes of your time. All right. Awesome. I'll be there at 5. Next one, I'll be there at 5:30. Next one, I'll be there at 6. I'll be there at 6:30. And if you're smart, you tag them and line them up so you can get to them all rather quickly. Now, you can do that same thing, the annual equity review, on anyone that you know that owns their home, even if you were not the agent that sold them that home. You can still come back in and say, hey, I just got a little packet of updated information for every homeowner. You were next on my radar, and I'd just like to swing by. I need 5 minutes to go through it with you real quick, and I will leave it and get out of your hair. They'll let you come by. Now, if that doesn't work, or if they're far enough away you can't get to them, you can do this by a Zoom meeting, which is why in Jumpstart session 1, I make sure and ask one of the tasks that you know how to do a virtual meeting and do a screen share. Because you can email them the document, just do a quick Zoom call with them, go through it, give them the bullet points. Again, that additional conversation that, you can't put everything in writing, and you don't want to put everything in writing because it eliminates the need for a conversation. And again, 5-10 minutes is all you need, done, and you're on. Now, if you're really savvy, you can download it and have it as a flip chart as you go through the Zoom meeting with them and do a screen share. That's why in Jumpstart 1, I asked that you guys know how to do a virtual meeting because that's one of the tools at this point that you're going to need. All right. Now you can. I would not do it and just email it to them, or I would not do it and just mail it to them. That defeats the whole wow factor. You're creating a wow factor moment. So that's where you want that to go. So that is a great way to connect or to reconnect with those that are in your database that are an A or a B contact. A C contact is again someone that I mean your acquaintances, it's not that same warm and fuzzy as your A and B's are. But your C's, you can still reach out to them. You don't even have to talk to them if you don't want to. Email them or text message them. Say, hey, I've got a new newsletter that I'm kicking off. Wanted to make sure that you got a copy of it. I'd love to get your feedback on it. Do you want me to mail it to you or email it to you? Which would you prefer? That can be done by text. That can be done by email. Again, if you're afraid of the phone, that it's got cooties and that the other person on the end of the line is actually going to answer the phone and talk to you and you're scared to death to do that, plan B is always good to get you going. All right. So again, you've got your newsletter. It's a one page grab and go. There is a one page grab and go. Samson has 2 options for a newsletter, that beautiful 4-page, but if that scares you to no end and you're not ready to tackle that expense, you can go with the 1-page grab and go. And we are doing some special editions that are going to be customized for buyer, seller, senior, move down, renters to get them prepped. Okay. All right. So how do you reconnect with those that are C's in your database? There you go. Offer them the newsletter. If you actually get a chance to talk to them, say, hey, you know what? I provide to my top contacts a annual review of information for their home. I'd love to prep one for you. Are you okay with me doing that? That's going to let you know which side of the fence they're on. If they go, oh yeah, I'd love that, you got them. If they go, no, I'm good. No, not interested. No, I got somebody else that does it. Then you know that you can delete them if you want. Now the D's. Let's talk about how you could connect or reconnect with a D that is in your database. You're going, I have no clue. I'm not even sure if I remember who they are, which means more than likely they ain't going to remember you. Just saying. So if you do remember that you obviously had met them at an open house, in the class that we've done, which is I think number 6 in our learning trails, you can, in that class, it's the best one-liners. You can actually say, hey, I don't know if you remember me. It's been a while. My apology. I met you at an open house a while back. Generic enough. But if you just call out of the blue and say, hey, this is Lynn with Samson Properties, they're going to go, who, what? So when it's been a while and you want to reconnect, you need to be clear with where and approximately when you may have originally connected with them. So, hey, I don't know if you remember me, which is okay because I've kind of dropped the ball and I'm embarrassed, but I met you a while back at an open house. I'm just curious, have you moved forward with buying someplace? Were you actually ready to consider that, or were you just kidding? You can get away with saying that. Now, here's another one. Again, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Everybody here at Samson knows who that amazing Bob and Rana group are. They're phenomenal, do umpteen $1 million of production. Bob shared this one with me and gave me permission to pass it on. When they've got someone in their database that's just kind of been, flapping in the wind, not responding, kind of ghosting them, he will call them and say, hey, this is Bob from the Bob and Rana group. We met you at an open house a few months ago. I see that you've not responded to or even opened any of my emails or anything I've sent you. My question is, I'm in the process of purging my database. Would you like me to purge you off my list? He said, for whatever reason, using that word purge, nobody wants to be purged. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm so sorry. I just got busy and yeah, I've seen the emails, but I haven't had a chance to respond to them. No, please leave me on. He'll find out right then and there. If they want to be purged, he'll purge them. Click, which is the delete button. No problem. But if they respond in the positive, he knows they're back into communication again. Okay. But I don't know if you remember me. We met a few months ago at an open house. I see that you hadn't responded, to stuff I had sent. I'm in the process of purging my files. Do you want me to purge you off? And they will respond. Now, I thought, all right, that's a good one. Again, it gets them off the fence one way or the other. Okay, so those are ways that you can connect and reconnect with those that are in your database. Again, the class, again, in our learning trails, I think it's number 6 of the best one-liners. That is going to give you statements or questions to ask either via on the phone or via email or via text message. Any of the above is all okay. What you ultimately want, I don't care how many you have in your database, but I want to see the bulk of those numbers up there into your A, B, and a few C's. Having a load of dead weight in your database is like having a closet full and overflowing of clothes that you had from high school that don't fit, are stained, are torn, need repairs. Yeah, it does you no good to have them in there. Jim Rohn, again, giving credit where credit is due, Jim Rohn taught us this technique years ago when I got to go to a seminar with him. It does no good to have that yucky clothes, unusable clothes in your closet. And it's the same way of having a database of people that you don't know who they are and how you connected. Purge them, clean them out, because that will allow you to bring in new, fresh stuff. Okay. If you've got shoes that are worn, I'm going to be doing that this weekend. If you got clothes in your closet that need to be purged out, there is tons of places that will take them and, again, let them be loved by somebody else. If you've got old towels, get them to the local animal shelters. They love them. They use them in the beds. They use them when they have to bathe up the animals. Get yourself new towels, purge out the old ones. Don't keep the old ones. Keep a couple just in case there's, something needs to be cleaned up, but purge out. Do the same thing to your database. Your database is a money-making machine. And the more you control it and know what your numbers are and are aware of building it, man, you do not need to spend a load of money on marketing to cold sources or paying for, and they're not a lead, they're an inquiry from some drunk at 2:00 in the morning that clicked on a button online, didn't know that his information was being sold to 5 different real estate agents that would all be calling him at 6:00 in the morning. And to get to the point of like, I don't know who you are, but quit calling me. Your database is without a doubt the best place that you can invest some time and some energy and a teeny bit of money, because you can say, hey, I've got a new newsletter, the free one, and I want to send it over to you. Would love to get your opinion. Do you want me to email it to you or mail it to you? More than likely, they're going to say mail. Then even in the best one-liner class, we give you the taglines for follow up with them. That makes sure they're reading it. And oh, by the way, I've got a new blog. I'm going to be posting on it every Friday. I'll send you the reminder or the link when I do. Bingo. That is how you start working your database to be a vending machine, not a slot machine. Most agents, their database is a slot machine. They have no idea what's in there. And trust me, you're not going to win against the house anyway. So you're putting money in, you're putting money in, putting money in, and it's going, but it never spits out anything. Wrong message, wrong target, not consistent. It's a slot machine. You're going to lose and waste a bunch of money, but it's going to entertain you for a minute or two. Okay. Turn your SOI, your database, into the most powerful vending machine a business could have. And there's where your is going to come from. Now, oftentimes too, agents will say, well, I want to work, mainly repeat and referral. Okay, that's great. How many's in your database? I don't know. How many is your A's? Oh, I don't know. How many B's? Oh, I don't know. How many C's? Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't have a magic wand and a crystal ball. I have no idea. So utilize that, because here's the other takeaway. If, let's say, a dentist decides he's going to retire and sell his practice, where is the value of his business? Is it the database, or is it the equipment that is now outdated and starting to break? It's in the database, right? So you, as a real estate agent, can build up this amazing database. I don't care how big, I don't care how small, but you can build it up. And then when you decide you want to retire or kind of phase out of the business, you can turn it over to somebody else with an agreement and an understanding that anything that generates from there, you get the referral fee on. Can be done. So think about it and what it can do, not what you are doing with it right now. Okay, does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up. I see some heads nodding and some writing going on. Okay, again, all of this is covered in a much deeper dive into how to build out each of the components. Transaction partners, service providers, other agents, and why those components are important to have in your database. So hopefully this is on your radar. Take a look, step back, say, okay, what do I have? Where do I start? What do I need to do first? And then go to your calendar and block off time. Let's say I'm going to take 1 hour after dinner from 6 to 7. I'm going to kick back and I'm going to go through and start on identifying who are my A, B, C, and D contacts in my database. Again, I do not care what platform you're using to organize them. If they're just in your email, I am A-okay with that. I don't care, because Outlook and Gmail I'm familiar with. The others are probably very similar as well, but you can still add a flag, a tag, a folder in a Gmail contacts and have it a powerhouse. Okay, so here's your homework. When you are done, listening to Jumpstart 3 again, making sure you got it all down, and go through your SOI, A, B, C, D contacts, transaction partner, service providers, and other agents and Samson agents. Email me with what you got. Just say database update. A's, how many? B's, how many? C, how many? A, B, C, D, how many are there? How many are in your flagged as transaction partners? How many are flagged as service providers? How many are flagged as other agents? Trust me, it does not take that long to go through and do that. But you will be empowered, because when we share another idea, like your annual review or your whatever, and I say, go to your A's, you know exactly how many you got, and you know exactly how much time you need to block off to complete that whatever to them. Okay? All right. You like? Good idea? Bad idea? Good idea? Okay. If you need me, you may email me at lhamilton@samsonproperties.net. I'm going to, if you have any questions, I'm going to check the chat box real quick to see if there's anything in there that I need to respond to. For renters, I've been offering a buyer power Absolutely. When you have identified who your renters are, there's additional things that you can do for them as well. Absolutely. So they can still be a powerful part of your business platform, especially as rates are starting to drop down. There's certain things. And again, when I talked about the one page grab and go newsletter that we're doing for a special edition, we're going to have two created for renters. We're going to have two issues, a special edition created for first time home buyers that are kind of made that next step over. Sellers, senior sellers. So there's going to be some specialty. So keep an eye out for that. I'm working on it now, and I've got Thomas in our marketing department helping me as well. I'm hoping to have those out by the end of this month. So there you go. We got you. We got you. We got you. We got you. Any questions, please do not hesitate to give me a scream. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go be awesome. Go be wonderful. Go be the Uncola. Be willing to do what other agents, yes, I'm going to say it, are too lazy to do. Your database is a flipping gold mine. Take advantage of it. Build it out. Make it a money-making machine for you. And with that, I don't care what you know. I want to know what you're doing with what you know. All right, my friends, thank you for your time. I appreciate you being here with me. I will see you in our next class. And just as a quick reminder, let me go ahead and stop my recording because this does not